I just recorded like a 15-minute yap about this month, and I realized I had the wrong mic connected, and so we didn't get it. But anyways, this is the journey to 100K MRR. You can see $65,000 in the month of October in terms of income. $42,000 in net operating income is incorrect because we haven't categorized our expenses. It'll probably be way, 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 way lower than that because I spent $10K on Alex Ramosey's workshop. Carly and I are going in December. We're both going to go. So that number will be way lower. That's welcome back. Welcome to the journey to 100K MRR. I just kind of yap about what I've learned, what I'm going through, etc. And so first thing I wanted to go over was a series of bad days. So we've had just like a series of bad days in the last couple of days, like 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Actually, no, 3 or 4 bad days in a row. And it sucked. And it has, back in the day when I was starting the business or when I was starting other businesses, I would just think that this business is not viable, right? I'm like, you can't, this doesn't work. I need to hop opportunities. But now that I've been doing this for a couple of years, I realize that you just show up and you do the crap that you don't want to do. Every day, you just show up the next day and you do the crap you don't want to do because you're feeling bad, it's having a bad day, whatever. But you just do kind of the thing you need to do, the next right thing. And then all of a sudden you string a couple good days together in a row and you kind of forget about the bad days. And then you grow and the business grows and it's good. And talking about business growth, you can see last month I was excited because we were at almost 69,000 in MRR or 69,000 in revenue. And I thought we were going to break 70 this month. We've been in the 60s for like 3 or 4 months now. And so kind of what's happened is a couple things. One, I'm not spending as much time on the affiliate stuff as I used to. So that's kind of tapered a little bit, but kind of coming back up maybe. I don't know. And then also the review harvest side, what's interesting is that, so we signed up like 300 people on pay-per-review. They were all pretty much in the same industry, meaning they only pay when they get reviews, right? And so it's not recurring revenue. And so they're not getting billed a certain amount every single month. It's just pay when they get reviews. And obviously to get reviews, you have to get customers, right? And actually all of those people are going into are in their slowest season or going into like their slowest season for like the next month or 2 months. And then on the other side of the year, they should have a rush. And so what's been happening is our numbers for Review Harvest in terms of new customers and new MRR added, because we switched, we're not doing pay-per-review anymore. We're just doing subscription. We're adding subscription revenue. Boom, boom, boom. We're adding customers. I think we're adding about 15 to 20 accounts a week right now, pretty consistently. And those all should be subscription. But the problem is that we onboarded all these people on pay-per-review. The first couple months were heavy because we do the reactivation, so we get a good amount of revenue. And then there's probably sometimes we still trickle. Second month we get a good amount of revenue from the reactivation. And then they also weren't in their slowest time, so we're still getting some revenue because they were getting new customers and we're still requesting reviews and we're paying whatever. And now they're in their slowest time, and so we've just been stacking this MRR and slowly growing, but the pay-per-review has just been going down because it's in their slowest. But the good news is that they're all still on. They didn't cancel, right? And so I think pay-per-view is still a mistake, honestly. But I think once we get into kind of the next couple months when they start to speed up again, we're still going to be stacking this recurring revenue. And now also pay-per-view should shoot up. And so we should see some really big months, I think, for revenue-wise. And that's kind of why I think we've been staying stagnant, because a big bulk of our customers are on that pay-per-view, which is a big mistake by me. Talking about mistakes and complexity and different things, it's like, man, things are so messy. And I know business is always going to be messy, but I feel like I have done an astounding job of really messying up this business, because let's just take Stripe and billing and stuff, for example. So if I were ever want to sell Review Harvest, I would have to have good data on our churn, our numbers, our customer lifetime value. I would also have to have good, clean books for a couple of years of not combined, and the affiliate stuff and the Review Harvest combined into one books, which is what they are right now. They're all in one QuickBooks account. But next year we're starting off with different LLC and we'll separate them out. But just to take Stripe, for example, originally started the agency like 4 or 5 years ago. And I guess I originally started this Stripe account like 3 or 4 years ago, and was doing the agency thing, got to like 17, 18K per month, and it was good. And then I kind of transitioned to just doing Review Harvest because I was stuck in delivery there. And so Review Harvest, white labeling Review Harvest, white labeling HighLevel, just getting people onboarded, and had that all in the same Stripe account, right? And now most of you know, everybody, all my affiliates know, but about 6-7 months ago, sorry, we brought on a developer full time. We launched our own software, and so I still use HighLevel to run my entire business. I still recommend, besides like the onboarding and the review part now, I still recommend HighLevel to anybody getting started. Obviously, people can't just go spend 6 figures on development work. And I know people be like, oh, I can vibe code it. Like, yeah, go for it. Please go try and vibe code. Go and try and vibe code a solid review platform on Lovable or whatever, and let me know how it goes. And if you can do it, I'm sure you can. I'm sure people can. But it's just like, I think it still helps to have some development knowledge. And we spent over 6 figures on with our developer and making sure that we can build like a real SaaS product. This isn't just something like vibe coded that breaks every 2 seconds, like a real SaaS product. And so we did that. Like I said, we started that, launched it in March, and so we have a new Stripe account for that. So we got 2 Stripe accounts. We've got still 100 plus people on HighLevel, and that's still great, and that's still why I think that's where everybody should start, right? Trust me, it's way easier than vibe coding something in Lovable. It's way easier than paying 6 figures for your own developers and stuff, because that's just not available to most people, right? And so we still have a bunch of people on HighLevel, but now we have 2 different Stripe accounts. The new platform and then HighLevel. And yeah, I just wanted to build my own software just to help for the onboarding side of things. But that's just an example of like, so I can't just look into one Stripe account and see where revenue's at. And also like if people pay for a one-on-one coaching call, it still goes into the old Stripe account. And so I can't just go look and have a snapshot of how our financials are or how our revenue is for 1 month, because also HighLevel affiliate stuff that goes into our books as well, that goes directly to the bank account. And so it doesn't come into Stripe as well. So I just tally it up once at the end of every month. That's kind of why I don't have a good gauge on it. But it's just messy, it's just so messy. And so just trying to simplify things. Like I see people that, and maybe it's, maybe looks are deceiving and there's other stuff going on, but I see people all the time that now they're like YouTube, landing page, Stripe checkout, that's it. And I freaking love that. I talked to somebody yesterday who paid for a coaching call, paid $500 for an hour. He just wanted help with some HighLevel automations. He has been doing YouTube videos to Calendly to, that's it. That's all he's got. YouTube videos to Calendly. And he made they processed their Stripe. He made $140,000 last month. YouTube videos, Calendly, Stripe. Like that's it. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. And so yeah, I've really messed things up, but made things messy. But we'll fix it. We'll make it more solidified. It'll just take time. Another thing is that we hired a sales guy. So talking about low touch versus high touch people and how we're signing people up right now, I feel like we're pretty on the high touch side. I think because we are high touch, we do the demo calls, we do the onboarding calls, we take time, we do some stuff for them, whatever. I feel like we could be charging more. I feel like most of the softwares that have gone higher touch, they charge a little bit more than we do. And so I feel like we could, but we're not. And so the reason I was thinking about low touch was because I've always wanted to just get people to sign up, card on file, and then we'll meet them and do the onboarding call, right? Just like, dude, start the free trial and then we'll talk to you. But when I look back at like a body of work for like a week and I look at all the calls Carly and I did, 60 calls, whatever it is, and I think to myself, realistically, of those entrepreneurs, how many of them would have signed up without talking to somebody? And honestly, the answer is always pretty low, maybe 10%, 5 to 10%, maybe. And the caveat to that is that if you're not spending 40 hours a week or 30 or 40 hours a week on sales calls, then you can invest all that time into marketing to get more people to see your video, right? But it's like if we sent these 60 people we had calls with to a video, maybe 5 of them, sign up. And so you're like, okay, well, we can get a lot higher percentage if we have a demo call, if we have a sales guy. So we hired a sales guy to help kind of maximize the amount of attention we have already. And now hopefully I will be able to also still go focus on marketing to put more people on the front end and give options, right? Book a demo or just start setting up your account. So I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of something I've been thinking about right now. And yeah, I feel like our prices are good. Maybe a setup fee. Our prices are cheap. I mean, so maybe like adding a setup fee or something in to help, you know, make that high touch, make the sales calls and stuff more worth it. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I think there's some other things I'll talk about. Like I said, I yapped for like 15 minutes and realized I had the wrong mic connected. So I'm just running this back. But I love making these YouTube videos. I love talking to people in the community who are like, hey, I just hit my first $3,000 a month in recurring revenue from reviews or from whatever they're doing high level, and like, thanks for the videos and stuff. That's like, that fires me up. I love the coaching calls we do in the community. If you want to sign up to High Level with my link down below in the description, you'll get an extended trial, and then you'll get access to me 2 coaching calls a week in the community, interacting all the time, just helping one another out, get started to build a real marketing business, whether it's reviews or whatever you're looking for. I love doing this. A part of me really wants to just do this all the time, and go all in on it. But Review Harvest is I'm still in the trenches there, right? Which might make me a better affiliate, right? Because I am still very much spending vast majority of my time trying to grow my own business. And so I'd like to make some more videos about, hey, here's the sales objections. I'm training our sales guy. Here's, the objections I gave him to train on. Here's how we're managing leads. Here's how we're doing that sort of stuff. Oh, also, I messed up our Facebook ads. I messed up tracking bad. So we were like double tracking. I was doing conversion API and then also doing like browser events or something. And it was double tracking all of our book calls. And it was doing it for like 2 weeks. And I sort of was like, I think something's off. This is too high. And then I really dug in. I was like, yeah, this is definitely too high. And then I'm still confused. And then I figured it out. I just talked to support of the tracking tool we use. And yeah, I messed up tracking. So I had to turn the ads down, turn them back up. So yeah, this is a total yapathon. Like this, I can make some more better. I will make some videos, and there's some videos on my channel that are useful. This is just like, if you want to hear stream of consciousness, this is hopefully for me to look back on. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Just going to keep putting the pieces together one day at a time, showing up, hopefully, simplify some things, streamline some things. So yeah, that's where I'm at. If you watched to this end, if you watched the video till the end, like, subscribe, and check out this next video. Really good. I think YouTube thinks that you'll love it. Peace.